In the community of Oak Bay, there's lots of discussion about what is going to happen at the area around what's known as Turkey Heads. We're talking about the Oak Bay Marina and the surrounding spot there. It was being discussed at council last night, so we're checking in with the mayor of Oak Bay. Kevin Murdoch is on the line. Sir, how you doing?
I'm great, Ryan. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for chatting. So this was just council receiving, I guess, sort of a staff report on the state of things. But we wanted to check in because I think a lot of people are curious about what's going to be happening there. So maybe set this up for us. What's going on with the, I guess, overall, what is the situation with the area around Turkey Head?
Sure. Well, last night, actually, we had presentation. So we've been trying to undergo a revitalization of that space. And we've what we've had to do is separate out just the marina operations, which generates revenue for us, and then the upland portion, which is the public use space. Just because we have a water lot lease that needs to be essentially finalized with an operator in the near future, just to create certainty for the boats that are there and so in the future. So we went through an expression of interest process with there's a Hamasan Holdings, which is a joint venture from Sockies and Esquimalt, and the incumbent Oak Bay Marine Group. Were both expressed their interest, and so last night they had a chance to present not financials. We haven't asked for that yet. Just to provide to us and to the public an overview of their capacity, what do they see as their priorities for the marina operations? So not for the sort of public sphere space, but just for the marina operations itself. And so, we had two presentations. We had an opportunity for council to ask questions of the proponents and the public to make comment or ask questions. So it took a couple of hours to go through, but at the end of it, I think we're all a little bit clearer about what's possible and what the two proponents will bring to the table.
Well, what did you hear from the two sides? And again, for the marina operations itself, what are the different visions?
I don't think they're that radically different because it is a marina operations piece. What we heard a lot from the public was the things I think we've heard a lot in all of our public consultation, which is the desire. It's an interesting marina. Most marinas are fairly closed off. They have lock gates, and the operations are just there for the boaters. Oak Bay Marina has operated on a very public sphere model where people have access to the docks. There's a lot of paddle sports, rowing, kayaks, et cetera, that go off of the docks. And so we've heard a lot from the public about just wanting to maintain both that and the surrounding area as public water access and broader activity access. So, and then I think really wanting a really high quality marina operations that will attract transient, people coming in and traveling, and as well as the residents moorage. So a real mixed bag. At the end of the day, we have an obligation as a municipality to receive market value because it's a land disposition, and we don't have options around that. That is a requirement. So, end of the day, a lot of this will come down to the financial proposals, which we haven't yet asked for, because part of this process is to guide us as to what exactly we're going to be requiring as part of their financial package next steps.
And it's just the two bids right now, the Oak Bay Marine Group, who have had it forever, and then the First Nations Group. Are those the two different kind of parties involved here?
That's correct.
Okay, gotcha. So and when will we get to the point of a decision being made?
Well, we're going to go through this, as expeditiously as is practical, but we still have a fair bit of work to do. So next steps is we're going to be looking at their response, the full responses. There's some proprietary business information that'll come to council next week. So it'll be an in-camera meeting. At that, we'll probably give direction to get the financial quotes, but ultimately that's up to council. We'll probably stipulate some, what has to be required in those financial proposals, and then that information will come into the public realm. All of that sort of direction and so forth will be in the public realm, and then we anticipate it coming back to council. Well, we'll see, but hopefully in not too long a time frame where council can receive that information and make a decision. We want to do it. It's really once you make a decision, it may still be that both proponents are in the running and we go into negotiations with both. But we do essentially have an obligation before the end of this year to have this completely resolved, because there's just obligations as a marina operator to give notification to the tenants of the marina, and we do want we need to make sure that there's no uncertainty that would impact the business viability or comfort of the people who are staying there. So we just want to get this wrapped up.
So that's just the marina itself. But as you mentioned, there's more to it than that. There's the building with the restaurant and the coffee shop. There's the parking lot. There's that area. So when does that part get dealt with, and how is that going to change?
Yeah, so that part really does require an enormous amount of consultation. So both with First Nations, who have a lot of interest in some cultural connectivity to the site, as well as the public, who obviously have a great deal of interest in just the general use of the site. And so that process has been underway, but we haven't started the really formal consultation process. We've been working with our two First Nations to understand how they would like to be consulted. And then we have a public consultation portion as well. And so that's a little bit what's kicked off this EOI process for the marina operations. It's just that we've been going down that path with the intention of doing the entire site. But because the consultation process is taking longer, and that's fine, we don't mind taking a little bit of time to make sure that we're doing, good thorough consultation and discussion, and particularly with First Nations, but also with the public. We can't. That part we have more flexibility on time, but because we have our marina operations are tied to a provincial water lot lease timeline, we don't have the same flexibility on the water side.
Okay, so that's why you split it up.
That's right.
Yeah, gotcha. We got to leave it there just because we're out of time. But Oak Bay Mayor Kevin Murdoch, they were talking about it last night, and that's how they're proceeding as we continue to look at the future of the area around the Oak Bay Marina. Much appreciated. We'll talk again soon.
Absolutely. Take care.